Okay, we're back. This is Goose Mother Control. We're back in the Bant color slice, and we're playing Broker's Ascendancy again today. This is a card I've played on the channel before, and basically it makes creatures and planeswalkers good if you can keep them on the board. On your end step, get a counter on each creature you control and a loyalty on each planeswalker you control. Pretty sweet thing to do. Once you get this down in turn 3, it just gives you a value. All of your generally not that great creatures will become a lot better with this card on the battlefield. We're going to play this one alongside two new cards, the Goose Mother, not to be confused with Gilded Goose. The Goose Mother, responsible for all these Gilded Geese. It's basically a slightly pushed Hydroid Krasis that ETBs with X counters on it, similar to a Hydroid Krasis, but the way that it does the card draw in life is a little different. So Goose Mother makes food tokens when it ETBs. It's half X, so similar to how the life and stuff works. But you can basically decide if you want to spend that on life, which you'll get a bit more of out of this thing if you decide to sack all the foods, or you can sack your foods to draw the same amount of cards, which is pretty interesting. So I am excited to see how this card will work today, and hopefully we'll get to play a few Geese Mothers. Hydroid Krasis in the deck, I only own one of them, and it didn't really make sense to be playing 8 copies of Krasis, so we're just going with 5 here. Maybe we'll get to cast a Krasis, maybe not, we'll see. It's not really the important part of this deck. What is important is getting 1/1 counters onto creatures, which obviously these things do, but we want to do it in a way where it's frequency over amount. We're playing Wildwood Scourge that checks to see if non-Hydra tokens are getting counters on them, so they'll get them through Broker's Ascendancy, through, I think, Tenacious Pup gets one of those, Botanical Brawler will look at this kind of stuff, Elemental Warrior. So, and then obviously Agatha's Soul Cauldron, another new card out of Eldraine, can also put counters onto them. And there's a niche ability with this that we will be trying to use in this deck. Otherwise, it is kind of just here as a one of fun of, in case we find our Ginger Brutes and are able to play those. Oh, and then Scavenging Ooze, that's the other one. Scavenging Ooze is a very good one to get on an Agatha's Soul Cauldron. I'll actually put this one as a 2 of, and because we're big on 1-drops, we can go down to 2 Gilded Geese. So yeah, continuing to the deck tech, we have Gingerbrute and Scavenging Ooze as our 2 useful activated abilities that Agatha's Soul Cauldron will be able to apply to all of our creatures with 1/1 counters on them. Other than that, we just want to make sure that we're constantly putting 1/1 counters on them so that our Wildwood Scourge and Brawler can get big. Same with Ochre Jelly as well. The cool card here is Tenacious Pup, a nice 1-drop that can basically make the next creature we cast come in with a 1/1 counter. An additional... Okay, wait, I'm explaining this incorrectly. The important part is not the 1/1 counter here. We want the Trample counter and Vigilance counter on it because our big Scourges, Botanical Brawlers, and Flying Krasis are going to be really good with the Vigilance and Trample. That's generally going to be how we win these games. And so Tenacious Pup is a really cool 1-drop that really doesn't make us lose any sort of velocity because we just can cast it on turn 1 and all of our creatures that we really care about are going to essentially cast for 2, especially these X drops. And then finally, the last one that's really cool is this Clay Champion. It's X. It has an X cost, and you basically can... The X cost ends up being... for every increment of 2, you get 3 1/1 counters on it. So if you dump a bunch of mana into this, it can actually be really big, but you can also just cast it as a 4 mana creature. If you use all green, this comes in as a 6/6. As an 8/8, sorry. And then it ETBs, which is the important part, to choose creatures you control, and if you spend the white mana, you just get to put counters on them. So it kind of works both ways. Generally, we want to do the 2 white variant of it, and if we can do this exactly like 2 green 2 white, then we get the best of both worlds, which is nice. So Clay Champion, cool card. I'm excited to play with this one. We haven't played it at all on the channel since Brothers War came out. So more or less the idea here is just play a bunch of 1/1 counters, make them get big, play Tenacious Pup, go in over the top. It's pretty simple. This is Goose Mother counter aggro, I guess. And I hope you guys enjoy this one. As always, the deck tech will be in the description. If you enjoy the content on the channel, you can support me by subscribing if you're new here, or by liking and commenting on the video. Helps me out a bunch. Let's hop into round one. Here we go. It is round one, and we are here. So we get to start off. I didn't really speak on the Snakeskin Veils here. You know, decent kind of card. We'll sometimes need to protect our one of like Goose Mother cards and basically make it so that they survive, and you know these kind of effects are going to be good to do that. Plus, specifically Snakeskin Veil giving the 1/1 counters is pretty sweet. Okay, so as for this hand, Clay Champion is going to come down late. Ascendancy doesn't do anything without creatures on the battlefield, and Goose Mother needs more mana, so we don't want to do that. This is actually the nuts right now, actually. We have to play it a turn slow, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to try to do it regardless. So I think we will just go in early. Deafening Silence is okay. We'll go in with Tenacious Pup. And then we will get a Wildwood Scourge out next. And then a Botanical Brawler will follow. Botanical Garden untapped. Wildwood Scourge for 1. Auto pay. We will enter with the Tenacious Pup ETBs. We'll attack here, see if they want to lose their Tenacious Pup. They do not. And next turn we get to drop a Botanical Brawler with Snakeskin Veil protection on their turn. The Righteous Valkyrie, that's kind of annoying. We're going to have to get bigger than that quickly. I'll shock this and play Botanical Brawler. And we get to do some stuff here. Oh yeah, Hydra gets big. We will attack in with the Scourge. They just decide to take this. They're going to try to just life gain us out with this Valkyrie play. Makes sense. We are going to go for Snakeskin Veil value right here. Especially if they try to remove something. This Deafening Silence is going to hurt them with my stuff. Yeah, okay, so here we go. We'll see what they target with Skyclave. And it's Scourge, so we're going to Snakeskin Veil our Scourge. Now it's Hexproof. This is absolutely huge. Things are going to get big real quick. Let's go. Play Champion. Ooh, man. So we can play that next turn. Put this in tapped. We have Goose Mother for 1. Oh, no, we don't have the blue mana. That's unfortunate. Go with these big creatures and hope we can just dome our opponent here into the ground. If it's another Skyclave, I'll be unhappy. So here is either Clay Champion or Goose Mother. Goose Mother's kind of nice. We can cast it for 2, but I think it's better saved later. So we actually just want to Clay Champion here with green, green, white, white. So green, green, white, white. Play Champion. X will be 0. Confirm 0. And we want to cast it with the mana spent that way. It's a collected company out of my opponent. This is interesting. Yeah, okay, so now they are the ones getting big. That's a problem. I'm hoping that we can get big enough with our own Wildwood Scourge just to do something about it, though. 2 creatures. Opponent gets some life. Their Heliod's gonna get big. So will this Valkyrie. This is tough. This is very tough. We have a big creature, though. We can... It would be a bad trade to go for Heliod and Skyclave Apparition, so we're just not going to attack here. Goose Mother now is going to be good. If we can find Agatha's Soul Cauldron and then lose our Ginger Brute in the graveyard, then our Wildwood Scourge can get in for lethal. And that might be the game that we have to play to here. That might be the end game that we play to, yeah. Ginger Brute, I might consider just... Oh, right, they can gain life. Yeah, that's right, the whole Heliod thing. So they make a big Righteous Valkyrie here. That's tough. That's real tough. Yeah, I think we got to play Goose Mother here. Oh, and they have Luris as well. Oh, this is brutal. I think we've met our match here with the 1/1 counter synergy. All it took was a Heliod. Okay, so we'll just chump block the Valkyrie next turn. Here's a Goose Mother for X equals 2. Alright, at least this stuff triggers. We will gain some life, which is good. But, I mean, their life gain is so much better than ours. Oh, that's brutal. That is so brutal. Well, now we get better trades if we attack with the Scourge. So we will attack. They maybe just chump block with Heliod, but they will take 4. They need to kill it, so we'll just... Yeah, okay, we block like this. We kill all the important stuff first, and then it dies to Heliod, sure. Okay, Heliod is still alive because of the Luris pips. I mean, this Valkyrie is just going to get huge, so will this Luris. I think we don't win the scaling race here without our Broker's Ascendancy. It will take a good draw here. Do we take 6? No, we can cast another Goose Mother. They'll lifelink that. That is brutal. So our opponent's back to 21. I don't think we can win from here, unfortunately. Yeah, they just scale too much. We'll pay 2 life here and decide to go for 3 here on X. Makes us a little bit bigger of a Goose Mother. Unfortunately, it's an odd number, so we don't actually get any extra tokens. Is it rounded up? Oh, it is rounded up, so we do. Well, we got 10 damage on the Sprawler, looking down at a 11 big Heliod, so we don't attack. It's unfortunate the Goose Mothers are legendary in this case because we needed to gang up on this Righteous Valkyrie. We're not dead, but we're certainly not alive. Our opponent should just attack in with everything. I don't know why they're not doing that. Surprisingly, the Deafening Silence actually didn't matter at all this game. We're going to chump with Tenacious Pup. And at least we get to see one more card this way. It won't matter, but, you know, always good to see what could have been. Boom. And yeah, no attacking with the Goose Mother, so we are not able to make use of our card draw here, sadly. Alright, and insult to injury, there's our Broker's Ascendancy. They can see what we were doing, and then we'll just go ahead and give them the game. That was our round 1. We have round 2 coming up. Let's see if we can get a bit more of an aggro game. An aggro start here in the next game. Here we go. Alright, round 2. We got our start here. Seems pretty solid. We curve out well, so this is nice. And then this is a non-Hydra creature, so... Well, it doesn't really matter the order that I do this in. Probably just do Brawler. Alright, so we have the opportunity to get very big right now. Each opponent discards a card. I'll just get rid of my Ooze. This is fine in the graveyard. Ooh, we get our Ochre Jelly. I like that. We'll play that next turn. Use Broker's Ascendancy. Go in. Alright, now our board starts to grow. We are here to get very big. If we draw 1 land, it's going to be really good for us next turn. Oh, well, that sucks. So we lose our graveyard and 2 of our X spells. But at least we'll start to get in there. Ooh, this is tough. Well, we'll go in. We might just lose our Clay Champion. This looks like it's just discard. And I think that our board currently will get big enough that they're going to have a problem here pretty soon. Alright, so we lose that. It's fine. Inquisition. Okay, so this is luckily 4 CMC. Scourge we can do for 2. Alright, and I mean our opponent still has to deal with our board. We have almost lethal next turn. Lethal if we draw land. Fieldred. Okay. We'll draw our card here. Let's get a Gingerbrute in, and then we'll just double hit with Gingerbrute. Make sure that we stop after attacks and do 1, 2. Activate. Activate. Alright, cool. Alright. So now we got a big Hydra. We should be able to attack through. Unfortunately, we lose our Gingerbrute. They have to kill something here, though. I think we still win. Hey, looks good. Get Goose Mother here. Goose Mother for 1. And we swing in. This should be lethal, no matter how you slice it. Okay. Oh, it's almost lethal, psych. Forgot that the Scourge doesn't naturally have a trample. You need to get it from our pup. Alright, well, they clearly have some sort of removal. It's probably... I don't know if it's Fatal Push? No, it's go for the turn. Okay. That's fine. They go to 1. That's the only way they stay alive. Okay, it doesn't hit us at all. Us losing our graveyard might be bad. This has to be removal out of them. They'll have to use their Faceless Haven here. And then let's just activate this, making sure that the Haven cannot block it. Alright. Nice, we got him. Alright, well, this was kind of a stumbling over the finish line, but we did kind of get to... We got to stick that Broker's Ascendancy early, and I think that's pretty much just what won us the game. This is so much value, and like you can just see how a 1/1 Gingerbrute becomes a really big annoyance, even though I didn't really spend that much to put it out because of this permanent. So, cool game, good round 2. Let's hop into round 3. Here we go. All right, let's go. Round 3. We get Tenacious Pup finally. Can't really play it early though. We'll just try to ramp into a Goose Mother off of the back of our Sparrows headquarters. And that will be what we do. I can Goose Mother for 1. Oh, opponent's mulliganed hard here. Oh, they've gone down deep. Stomping Ground. Okay. Sparrows headquarters intapped. We'll use our Gilded Goose. And we have Goose Mother for 2 next turn. Or we have Clay Champion if we draw land and feel like doing so. Alright, well... Oh, I think I know what this deck is. This deck is the doubling power creature that comes with... yeah, it's like something puncher. Oh, Pummelier? Goblin Pummelier? Galvanic Pummelier? Something like that. The idea is you just basically pay a bunch of energy to double its power. So it's basically just like an absolute cannon. I could go Tenacious Pup, but it wouldn't really matter. I'm still kind of a mana off from doing all the things that I want to do. I'll cast Goose Mother for 1. I wish I could cast it for 5. We'll do it for 1. And then we'll just have to start eating these foods if it can stick around. That's good. We'll pay 2 life for this. And then we can go Tenacious Pup into Scourge. We want to enter with the Tenacious Pup. Alright, we will sack food. Alright, this feels good. Blade Champion is almost certainly the move. Ooh, it's Aetherworks Marvel. Love to see that. They might not get a chance to activate it, though, because I think we're going to try to kill him really quickly. This will be X equals 0, confirm. Oh, no, I do not want to pay like that. I want to pay like 1, 2, white, white. There we go. Then let's just go like, I don't know, like that. Yeah, that's a lot of damage right there. And we have a Scavenging Ooze. Our opponent is at 6 life. They're going to need a lot more energy to do what they want to do. It's Nissa. Nissa's not going to do it. They get to make 1 land. They might be able to gain life. Maybe not. Okay. Cool. Well, we got them, and it was just because we can put a lot of counters on creatures and overwhelm. That's more or less what this deck's trying to do. It does not win the long control matches, and it honestly doesn't even win the matches where your opponent has a lot of removal. But in this case, we're able to like get a board started, and once we do, the ball gets rolling down the hill really quickly. So sweet. Good round 3. Let's hop into round 4. All right, round 4. Let's go. We have the Tenacious Pup into Botanical Brawler start. That certainly is a reason to keep. Waiting to see what our opponent will do. Organize the hand here, get Botanical Brawler set next. Then my turn 3 is probably just Ginger Brute, hold up Tamiyo's safekeeping. Fabled Passage, so we will get in on turn 2. Fetching for black's going to be interesting. Take 2 life, do this, then now we have Ginger Brute plus Tamiyo's, plus Tenacious Pup rather. That's actually pretty solid. Looks like my Botanical Brawler's gonna die if I had to guess. Might do Tenacious Pup hold up Tamiyo's safekeeping, in fact. Based on the way that they seem to be playing this one. So here's Tenacious Pup. An attempt to get in there. Move to combat, see if we can use our Tamiyo's safekeeping. Alright. Man, needed that green mana. That's unfortunate. So if this is the case, we'll just do a Scavenging Ooze. That's annoying. Alright, so we at least have a potentially large Scavenging Ooze. Got such lifelines, okay. And nice, there's a replacement Botanical Brawler. That will work. I'm happy to offer the trade here. And before anything happens, I need to Tamiyo safekeeping. Alright. Cool, so we've cleared the board, they gotta play something. It could just be a Shieldred, in which case we are a little screwed. We just passed back. We got a Spar's Headquarters. That will be our land drop for the turn, and we'll move in with everything. I don't want to play Ginger Brute. We'll wait till they do something, sure. They're going to try to kill my Brawler. We'll wait till they declare blockers. 1, and that's it. We'll Scavenging Ooze out their Gifted Aetherborn and trigger our Botanical Brawler to make it survive. Alright, so they thought they were going to blow us out, but it is we that get to blow them out. They go to 12. And I suppose now I can just play Ginger Brute, why not? What's the play here?
That's fine. We'll get rid of the Ginger Brute. That thing's just as fine in the graveyard as it is out. You can even exile it now, which is actually what I will do for a Scavenging Ooze trigger. And yeah, now things get pretty big here. We get to go play champion. X equals 0, confirm 0. We want to pay with both modes. He will put onto 1, 2 creatures. And Botanical triggers big time. We get to go all in. And opponent is dead without any sort of targeted removal. Alright, we finally did it. Takes quite a while to get games that are not just steamrolls one way or the other. Sometimes my opponent just can't do anything in Alt F4s. Sometimes they just beat me down with elves. Definitely makes recording this deck kind of tough. But with that being said, we found another good game here where our deck came together and did what it wanted to do. Pretty solid. Let's hop into the final round and get one more game in with our Broker's Ascendancy counter combo deck. Here we go. Alright, it's the final round. Let's try to set out and do what this deck wants to do here. And we're kind of able to do that within Agatha's Soul Cauldron sitting here. I'd like to find a Ginger Brute, though, to work with it. We haven't really been able to use it effectively this game, unfortunately. I think I will try to keep this one. For once, we're actually going to put in these lands tapped, since we can't cast anything. I'll put this in tap to try to do the Tenacious Pup thing. The Snoop starts early. They find another Snoop off of the top. Alright, and we do not find a land, which means that this is about to get a lot harder. Suppose I could have just cast that for X equals 0. Oh well. Now it's at least a little bigger. No need to attack into a blocker that can kill it, so we pass. There is War Chief, right on time. Did not really want to see that. We did want to see this Ginger Brute, and we do find it. Here's Brawler first. We need to get ready to block a bunch of goblins. I think going in with a 4/4 seems pretty solid here. I think they just probably take the damage. Luckily, this Vigilance from Tenacious Pup means that that is actually a no-brainer, and I didn't really need to think about that. Battlecry Goblin is a good thing, and oh god, now that's Franco. Alright. Things just got bad. So do they just cast Muxus here? Is that what happens? This is not, in fact, what happens. I guess we'll do Tenacious Pup plus Ginger Brute. Here it comes. We got a 2/2, and all our things grow a bit. Alright, big tokens. I think I just need to get in there, for lack of a better explanation. We can even go in with the 2/2, since it has Vigilance. Happy to make the trades that they allow. It's just mana denial for them, essentially. They can just take it all, and they do. So they're going to try to kill me this turn. We'll have to see who hits harder, them or me. I'm guessing it's going to be them. So here's Muxus. And Muxus is really going to have to whiff. Muxus did not whiff. Alright, well, I would say that we were a turn away from doing our Agatha's little jank combo here, where we could have played it, blocked with the Ginger Brute here. Wow, 32-32, that's big. So we could have blocked with the Ginger Brute now, the next turn played Agatha's Soul Cauldron, and we'd be able to have our Ginger Brute give the Wildwood Scourge and Botanical Brawler the ability to not be blocked.
and then we would have been able to get in from there. Unfortunately, we had something like 40 goblins or 30 goblins attack us at once, so, you know, that was not meant to be. But with that, that'll bring our series to an end here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a pretty fun one to film. I think that there's a lot to do with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. We really didn't see too much of that here today, but what is really evident with this card is that if you have the right abilities in your deck, you can make a lot of cool things happen. I've seen really cool things with Grizzlebrand, and you'll see me pair that card with this here in the future, so look out for that. A lot of cool things that you can do with this card is mainly what I'm trying to go for here. If you like the video, drop a like or comment on it. Helps me out a bunch. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe to help us grow. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.